Good morning. For those of you who don't know, my name is Maya Karen. I run a fashion blog called Classically Kept. It does feature luxury, contemporary, and how to style and now natural hair care. So if you were into any of those things, please consider subscribing to my channel. Click the notification bell. That way you will never miss a video. So we are coming to the end of 2023. We already discussed some trends that will be trending for 2024 when it comes to clothing. So for 2024, let's talk about shoe trends. Let's talk about some shoe trends that are on the way out and what they're going to be replaced with. So let's go ahead and get started. So the very first trend for 2024 that is on its way out is the dad sandal. You guys know that I have said my piece about dad sandals. I don't like them. I don't understand them. Me personally, when they are styled, I don't like the way that they are styled. I think they need to stay exactly where they should have stayed, which is with the dads. But we all remember the Chanel dad sandal. They were selling out. They came out with the original black ones. Then they came out with the black and white ones. And they came out with the quilted ones. Louis Vuitton, followed suit. Fendi followed suit. Prada followed suit. You even had dupes. I remember the Sam Edelman ones were so closely, or they looked so much like the Chanel sandals that they were selling out as well. You had high street, low street, you had contemporary brands. Everybody was doing their rendition of a dad sandal. But for 2024, it is going to be replaced with something else that I don't quite understand when it comes to fashion, but it is going to be flip-flops. We all remember, or I at least can say back in my day when I was in high school in the early 2000s, we all remember when the Old Navy's flip-flops used to go on sale. I think it was like 2 for $5. I think it eventually went up to like 2 for $7. You could get them in orange and green and red and yellow and white, and people would basically buy them to match their outfits. Well, think of that, but again, think of Chanel. For 2024, they debuted like these black velvet flip-flops. No telling how much they're going to cost, but they are going to be on trend for 2024. Also, not just like your flat flip-flops, but you're going to have the heeled flip-flops or thong sandals, which is another shoe that I've never really understood the allure for, because it just looks funny to me. And maybe it's just because I equate it so much with the Old Navy flip-flops, and just whenever I think of flip-flops in general, I think that they're for the beach. I think that they're for the pool. When I see them styled just for me personally, it looks lazy. But for 2024, they are going to be in, and they are going to be replacing the dad sandal. Next, we all remember the literal interpretation for ballet flats. And ballet flats are still going to be in. So let me make sure I'm clearing this up. The literal interpretation of ballet flats is what I mean. Literally, you have a ballet flat and then you have the strap that goes over it. We all remember the craze with the Miu Miu flats. They came in black, they came in white, they came in pink, and I think they also came in tan. You guys know that I've already said my piece about the actual ballet flat itself. But what is on its way out is the literal interpretation, okay? What it's on its way in is like the edgy ones and the preppy ones. The edgy ones, we've seen them before, and we've seen them start to resurface. It's going to be, again, the ones from Miu Miu that are studded. I know Kate has their rendition of the studded ones. Valentino has always had kind of like the rocker chic ballet flats, right? So you're going to have those, the edgy ones with the rhinestones and the spikes and the black. And even though you are going to see some that are going to have the lace or are going to have the wrap up, I've seen some that are leather. I've seen some that wrap up with leather and spikes. So it's going to be like that really, 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 really edgy look. And then I guess you could say the antithesis or the opposite for that is going to be just the preppy ballet flat, and none other than Chanel. That is a perfect example. If you're looking for a preppy ballet flat, it's going to be Chanel. The next shoe trend that is on its way out for 2024 is going to be a loafer. It's going to be that chunky loafer. And whenever I think of loafer, the very first thing that comes to mind for me personally is Prada. Prada always brings these back, and they always do very well, especially when they are on trend. But on its way in is going to be more so of like a flat form. And I will give you the perfect example. Gucci. We talked about how Sabato Di Sarno is now the new creative director for Gucci. He debuted his first collection for spring 2024. There are some people that love it. There are some people that absolutely hate it. And they said, I'm not going to pay Gucci prices for very basic and, again, quiet luxury pieces, right? But Gucci went all in for this trend, the flat form. They had it in like just their regular, I guess you could say, mule, and then they just added the flat form. They had it with the logo. They had it in different colors. They had it with animal print. They had it with snakeskin. They went all in. I myself personally have never actually worn a flat form, but I have heard stories of people like they're kind of, you have to adjust to walk to them because it's literally a shoe on top and then it's just like a flat. It's flat. There's no like arch. It's just flat. So I've heard stories of people having a hard time walking in them. But sometimes when it comes to fashion, what's that saying? Fashion is pain or beauty is pain. We've all been there. We have all gone through it, right? You have the cutest pair of shoes and they hurt so bad, but you wear them anyway, right? So if you're looking to replace your loafers, which I would really say to you, set the loafers aside because loafers come and go, especially the chunky ones. But if you're looking to update your look, I would say try the flat form. What I would say to you is start low and then go high if you truly like the trend and if you can walk in them. Okay, the next trend for 2024 is going to be hardware. So kind of think of this for like jewelry for the feet. I'll put the picture up right here, but you guys remember I gave you this example with the Tory Burch mule because mules are going to be in, but it was pierced. The front of the shoe was pierced with a piece of gold hardware, right? But I will give you the perfect example. So for spring 2024, we have Fendi right here. We have this pump. You will see on the backhand side, it does have a couple of studs or gold balls. And then you will see around the ankle is kind of like an anklet, right? And then they did the exact same thing with a sandal. You kind of have, this looks to be like animal or like croc embossed or snake embossed. You have the balls going down and then you also have the anklet as well. And then you have it in what other than a ballet flat. And then you have that anklet, right? And then I believe this is Tom Ford, which he's always done, I guess you could say, hardware on his shoes. I have a pair of his shoes and they have like a piece of gold hardware on it. So you see the sandal, it's black, and then it has like the gold hardware. And then also you see the sandal is black, and then for the heel itself, it's gold. And then this one right here, you have a sandal, and then going down the front of it, it looks like you have a couple of like sculptural gold pieces going down. And then this one is from Tory Burch, which I said before, their last show got a lot of press, which they have this sandal right here. And then right there where the big toe is, they have like this silver sculptural piece right there. And then this is, who is this? I think this is either Ferragamo or the Attico. You can see right here that they have like the sheer, what are those, like sheer tights? They have the black, and then again, right around that ankle, they have like this very bold silver hardware. And really, if you're not able to find a shoe that you like with the hardware, you can simply just put an anklet on and it will look like it's attached to the shoe anyway, okay? Okay, and the last shoe trend for 2024 that we are going to go over. So when I'm talking about like a chunky heel, I want you to think of espadrille. We're all very familiar with the espadrille. We're all very familiar with how it looks, right? That's what we are going to consider chunky, right? I'm putting up plenty of examples right here, but those are on its way out. Me personally, I have never really liked espadrilles, but on the way in is something that I probably can be able to get behind. And it's going to be, let's say, like a sleeker heel or like a sculptural heel. And I will give you the perfect example. And you guys have probably seen these before. So starting with the Attico, we have this very first one right here. It's a sandal, but you kind of see the green heel. It is, considered, I guess you could say, a chunky heel, or it could be considered an espadrille. But it's sleek. It kind of like mirrors the shoe, right? And then you have the second one where it's basically the same shoe, but there is no strap, right? And then, of course, you have it in the heel form. I actually think that these are very beautiful, I guess you could say sculpturally, or they're very pleasing to the eye. A conversation starter, right? These are actually really nice. So, and then also it looked like Ferragamo for spring 2024 put these down the runway. And you can see even with this one in the front, there's a little bit of hardware on the shoe, right? So we kind of have two trends in one. But you see with this one right here, it's not like espadrille like. It's not like a block, right? It kind of like forms with the shoe. So you have this version, and then you have the second one, which is a little bit lighter in this beautiful green color. And you guys know how I feel about this seafoam green color. So when you're thinking of the sleek look, when you're thinking of the sleek heel, that's what they're referring to. Designers right now, or fashion houses right now, are kind of stepping away from the espadrille look, and they're going more in sort of like a sleek look. Okay, so those are all of the shoe trends that I have for you for 2024. We went over what is out and what is going to replace it. Let me know in the comments what you think about the trends. Let me know if any of them piqued your interest. I would probably say for me, it's definitely going to be the hardware and for the sleek heel, okay? I just want to remind you, here on YouTube, I do upload videos every Wednesday and Sunday. And of course, right here or right here, I'll put my Instagram handle. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, you guys. Bye.
We always have it coming.